Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today we're cooking my version of a classic Italian dish, Parmigiana di Melanzane, which is basically eggplant, a nice tomato sugo, and some beautiful cheese. But before we start, as always, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. And check the little bell icon. Even if you have subscribed, you might not have checked the bell icon. Check the bell icon so you get notifications when new episodes come online. But now, let's have a look at what we have here on the board. We have our melanzane, eggplant, aubergine, whatever you want to call it. It's the nice kind of round violet version, but you can do it with normal aubergine as well. We have some Mozzarella di Buffala. We have some grated Parmesan, some olive oil, some pelati, basically canned whole tomatoes, some Marzano tomatoes normally, that are peeled already. You can make the sugo from scratch, like with fresh tomatoes, but these are just fresh canned fresh. We need a bit of salt and a little bit of sugar for the sugo, and we need a little bit of garlic. Now, what I'm making that's a little bit different from kind of the classical melanzane, Parmigiana di Melanzane recipes that you find online or on YouTube is that I'm not gonna deep fat fry the eggplant or fry it, I'm gonna grill it. I think that adds a little bit of this nice charred taste to it. So let's start with the prep. Let's start with our buffala. You can take them all out like this. There's a little bit of water in there. Throw that out. Put the strainer, and now we're gonna cut this down into cubes. The only reason for this is it melts quicker. So you don't have to be careful because it's gonna melt anyways, right? So just cube it up, something along those lines. And then put it back in the strainer and let it drip off the water, because there's quite a lot of water in mozzarella, especially the buffala kind. That's the buffala done. I will put that to the side and we'll continue with the garlic. And the garlic we just slam and then we chop it up. Doesn't have to be too fine. I kind of like the rustical part of this because, as you saw, we have whole canned tomatoes. You can buy them pureed as well, but I kind of like when it has a bit of pieces in it in the end. So we'll leave the garlic like that. And yeah, we'll start with the sugo. Get some olive oil in the pan. Get the garlic in. You don't want to color the garlic, you just kind of want to fry it, make it glassy. 1-2 minutes, something like that. So we're ready for our tomatoes. Put some water into the tins and kind of rinse them out. Put that in as well, so you get all the nice tomato flavor. We put in a pinch of sugar, or maybe 2 for this amount. And 2 good pinches of salt. You don't want it to boil hard. This is quite okay, because you want this to stay like this now for at least 50 minutes, maybe even up to an hour. You have to check consistency, taste. You might have to need to add more salt or more sugar. But we can leave this now and we can continue with the melanzane, with the aubergine. While our sugo is going in the background, we'll continue with the melanzane. We just want to slice it down into nice slices. About a ½ centimeter thick. Doesn't really matter if they're perfect or not. You will see on the grill they're gonna shrink, they're gonna lose water. The most important thing is that they taste good, but the rest is gonna be wonderful. And since that's still taking a while, let's get these on the grill. It's a bit windy out here today, but I hope it doesn't disturb the sound. We've heated up our grill a bit. I have some olive oil here. that we're brushing onto the aubergine, melanzane. And don't do this too far in advance because it will suck up the oil. And then we just put it on the heat. I do it in different rounds because I didn't put coal everywhere in the grill. But let's leave them to get brown on one side, then we'll flip them and then we'll do the rest. It's almost time to turn them, so we'll get some oil on this side. Now they're not going to cook evenly, so we might have to shuffle these around a bit. See, that one has almost nothing, so we'll leave that over here where it's warmer. Yeah, we can't really turn all of them yet. We'll give them some more time. So let's shuffle a bit again. Now we'll give them 2 minutes on this side as well, and then they should be done. So it's time to take these. Got a bit too much, but it doesn't really matter as well. Perfect. So there we have them. And now we can go in and see if our sugo is done. Now doesn't this look beautiful? And this is how I like it. I don't like it finer than this. It needs to be kind of a bit meaty still. You need to feel the tomatoes. So this is, for me, this is perfect. And if you don't like this, take the one that are already pureed. It's much easier. But this is just from cooking and reducing. So we'll take this now, and then we'll start layering our Parmigiani di Melanzane. So we've done our sugo, we've grilled our aubergines, our mozzarella has lost some of its water, and we're ready to kind of start building the Parmigiani di Melanzane. Start with a bit of our nice sugo, just a little base. And then some of the aubergine and melanzane. Doesn't matter if they overlap a bit. And now some of our nice mozzarella. Like that. Some of the Parmesan. So you can say the Parmesan is the taste and the mozzarella the creaminess. And then on top of this, some more sugo. It will all kind of spread out as well once it gets hot. And now try to overlap kind of the small gaps that you had in the first layers. And last but not least, Parmesan. I was saying total that was probably about, I think it's about 400 grams of mozzarella and about 50 grams of grated Parmesan. And now this goes into there for, yeah, at least 50-60 minutes. We'll see how it goes. You can kind of press it up a bit so that, well, that's perfect. And what I forgot to say is that it's 50-60 minutes on 200 degrees. In it goes. Before we look at this beauty that just came out of the oven, I have to correct something. I remember it completely wrong. It's not 50 minutes to 60 minutes at 200 degrees. it's 25 to 30 minutes at 200 degrees. So this has been in for 30 minutes. Let's have a look. And now you might have thought before, yeah, but why didn't you put basil in? Why didn't you put basil in the sugo? First of all, there are a million ways to make sugo. I like it just very tomatoey, a little bit of garlic, but you could put onions in there, you can put basil in there, you can put basically whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but you know, in Italian sugo you can put basil, you can put onions, garlic, you can leave everything out, just have tomatoes. But the way I did it is the way I like it. And concerning the basil, that's what comes on top here now. So we'll just pick some, kind of sprinkle it on top. And now you don't want to eat this piping hot straight out of the oven. You kind of want it to cool down, you want it to set a bit. It shouldn't be cold, but it's fine if it's kind of lukewarm, I would say. And there we are, Görgött's Parmigiana di Melanzane. Let's plate it up and taste it. So get your big spoon out. Now ideally it was set a bit more, but I just want to give it a try. Looking forward to this. I was in Italy last weekend because I haven't made this in forever, but then I ate it in a restaurant and it reminded me of how good it is. This is perfect. And you could make it a bit in advance and just warm it up in the oven again. Creaminess of the mozzarella and still like the salty bit harshness of the Parmesan together with the nice sourness, fruitiness of the tomatoes. And a little bit of this charcoal taste in the melanzane. For me, a perfect dish. Now you can just have it like it is as a starter, or you can serve it with some meat, or however you want to do it. But do me the favor, give it a try. I hope this looks good enough to make it worth your while. I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. Yeah, that's it for this time. As always, if you have stuck with me this far in the episode, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I really appreciate all the comments you leave. I answer all of them. So if you have a question or anything like that about the recipe, just put it in the comments and I'll answer that. And obviously, if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon. It just kind of shows me that people out there appreciate the content I make or the episodes I make around cooking and food. Yeah, thank you very much. Nothing more to say. Take care. Bye-bye.